is a plant, yes.
Naam.
Marijuana
muda umekwisha, lakini nitakuongezea sekunde 30 kabla nirudi kwake Ruth. Wewe binafsi umewahi vuta bangi?
Sijawahi na sitawahi. Sijawahi na sitawahi.
Hujawahi na hautawahi.
Zubeida, usikize hapa.
Kidogo niulize swali kisha utanijibu na nitakupa dakika 2 kuweza kueleza. Hujawahi kuvuta bangi na hautawahi kuvuta bangi.
Ile tutavuta ni ya ku purify.
Na mbona mruhusu vijana na mbona mhubiri kitu ambacho wewe binafsi haukiamini? Mbona uhubiri mvinyo ilhali wewe unakunywa maji?
Haya, tulia Zubeida, usikie mambo. Now, Kenyans, like I said, we are here to open up your vision to the future. There are 2 species of marijuana, or they are cousins, let me say that. Cousin moja anaitwa THC, which has the psychoactive ingredient. That is the cannabis sativa that you hear all the time, imeshikwa na watu wa DCI. But sisi focus yetu ni CBD, or cannabis. That one gives you industrial hemp. So when you go hata venye professor anasema itapandwa kwa expressway and you pick a leaf and chew, it's only going to give a detox, let me tell you. And saidi watu wako na simu zao. Can you Google hemp seed sales in Kenya? Those products are in sale because zinakwambia zinakupatia immunity, zinakupatia omega 3. Unaona, it boosts your immunity. Those products are on sale and they do not have the psychoactive ingredient yenye inafanya watu wana lose focus. That is the bangi we are advocating for. And industrial hemp is used in 9 sectors, namely textile, construction, magari, makeup. Unaona makeup tumejipaka. The options, food and beverage, the options are many. So we are not here. And let me tell you Kenyans, consumption ama kuvuta ni kitu kidogo sana.
Ruth, unamwamini?
Simwamini. Ya kwanza amesema ni ya kupurify. I don't know what we are purifying with bang. I don't know what part we are purifying. Kwa hivyo ningetaka aweze kutuelezea kama ni damu tunaosha, kwa sababu kama ina purify na ni dawa, si tuapishwe 10th alafu 11th hospitali zifungwe kwa sababu ni dawa. Let us hear, how does it purify? I would wish to know.
Nimjibu Ruth, purifying si ati detox, kuna difference. Nimesema purify si detox. Kwa hivyo una need dawa ndio. And most medicine is made out of marijuana. Those medicine for epilepsy, cerebral palsy, pains, easy pains, watu wanakuanga chronic pains. So medicine inatengenezwa from marijuana. So already you're consuming. But nimesema purification process. Purification process, angalia, purification process ni, we have a challenge in this country. Mainly corruption. 2 billion is lost every day. We were told that. But you know corruption stems from what? Scarcity mentality. There are no other options in this country to make money. So everyone wants to go into politics where the salaries are lucrative. So your scarcity mentality, unaingia, you are mass for yourself. So we are going to be purifying the scarcity mentality and the bad impact of corruption, colonialism, tribalism. Hizo vitu ni spiritual and we are going to purify them. Ndio ziishe kwa hii nchi. Ndio tukianza kazi, ile siku tutaapishwa, Kenya ikuwe safi, clean slate. So we are not smoking ati kufurahisha.
Justina, umesema how you don't take the substance. Na umesema that means we are all consumers of bang through medicinal, the medicinal part of it. So that means then why are we having it legal in our constitution? So what is the reason why we have not legalized it from the beginning? That means kuna madhara ile wataalamu wanajua ndiposa hawajapitisha hapa kwetu Kenya.
Let me answer Ruth. Ukiangalia nakada ilipatiwa gazettement in 2001. The economic challenge at that time, we had a government, a new election was coming up in 2002. There was teacher strike, banker strikes, the economy was doing badly. So IMF told Kenya, come up with a law criminalizing marijuana. And you know IMF ni akina nani? China is there, France is there, UK is there, Canada is there, US is there, they have legalized. So for them waliona, our jinga joana do, let me use that word, we curtail their opportunities. Remember, we have arable land, plenty of land for this thing. So they curtailed our potential to invest in this so that they can give us loans on high interest. That was the idea. And when I say Kenya inastahili heshima, it's because we are disrespected juu hatuna pesa. So our idea, if they have legalized, yet they are the same ones who are coming here to tell us it's wrong, then I think we are still being colonized.
Aki Justina, mi sija approve hiyo.
I don't expect you to
approve kwa sababu Jamaica would have been a first world country.
They are doing so well in terms of the economy. Their GDP is growing more than ours. They are doing well. They are doing well. Take a book.
Madam Justina, in 2 minutes.
Yes.
Marijuana is not just illegal in Kenya. It is also illegal in other countries.
Yes.
We've also seen situations in this country where certain people grow marijuana. Why have they not been rich if growing marijuana was such a lucrative business?
When you look at our neighbors, let's talk about Africa. Malawi has legalized for medicinal and it's restricted. Uganda is doing it, but it's the Israeli government who have come in to help them. As it is with their loan, Uganda was about to go the Sri Lanka way. So Uganda went to Israel. Their land is rocky. So they came here and they were located in Uganda, 500,000 acres, in terms of a bilateral agreement, and they are reaping returns from that. So the other countries, they have done it. Why not us? Why not us? Why should we not do it? That is my question. And like I said, our role is to open the vision, Kenyan's vision, into the future. Marijuana is versatile. I said it is used in 9 sectors: food, beverage, medicine, construction, textile, makeup, easy fibers za gari. A headlight today, ukigongewa headlight yako, goes for 27,000 for those who own cars. But you know why? Because the demand is in Kenya, but the supply iko China. So of course the forces of demand are in place, na ndo maana inakuwa costly. And I'll say this, there is this governor of Minnesota, he was called Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura was in wrestling a while back. But why he was fighting for legalization of marijuana in Minnesota was because after 41 years of marriage, his wife suffered epilepsy. And he was pushing because when he took her to South Carolina, she got well. So the idea is do not control the supply, control the demand by making sure it's going into the 9 sectors that you have said and for export. That is our idea.
Madam Ruth, I can see disbelief all over your face.
I still do not agree to all this theory. Na ndiposa naambia wa Kenya, kateni simu, agano iko side. This is not practical. The law tells us clearly that it is illegal to have bang. So how else, na amesema, na yeye mwenyewe alisema ama amesema sahi, that they will smoke bang on the 10th. I'm looking for a happy mother. A happy mother. I am a mother.
Ruth,
I'm looking for a happy mother
CBD, not
that
THC.
will, no, CBD. I am looking, allow me to answer. I'm looking for a happy mother who will attest that mtoto wake amevuta bangi and they are okay. Yeye mwenyewe pia najua ni mama. Nataka kujua, atakubali mtoto wake avute bangi on that 10th. Because for me, I don't think I would allow my children to take it up, nor my sisters and brothers.
Good question. And I'm going to answer this question to you and Kenyans as Mama Wambui. I said open up your minds, dear Kenyans. The marijuana we are advocating for is industrial hemp. I think I gave the clarification, not THC. So Ruth, stop belaboring this idea that we are smoking. It is not for consumption. And is it smoking? It is for purification. You can even put it in those things, you nachoma mahali, inatoa scent. So it's not smoking, it's purification. There's a difference.
And
it's true, Ruth.
Okay.
Mothers are suffering. Let me say this. I don't want to come off like I don't relate. I have seen mothers are suffering. And that is why Ruth's party has said, anyone who attempts to grow cannabis sativa, we are growing CBD or cannabis. We already have regulations in place. Number 1, we license all farmers. Number 2, we'll introduce agricultural officers to go around this country looking at those farmers and what they're doing. And there's a distinction. Even you, Kenyan, you can report someone growing sativa. Why? The leaves of industrial hemp are very large, but the leaves of sativa are very small. So the agricultural officers will control licensing. So I think we're already controlling this measure.
Let me give you 1 more minute to explain this. This is the theoretical talk about agriculture in terms of growing marijuana. What are the practicals? Have you identified the areas that you intend to grow this marijuana? What are the economic returns if this was to be allowed, if you're to become deputy president?
Okay, marijuana is going to spur up our economy because agriculture has been given a backseat. The challenge you're having now because of FLA, many of the Kenyans or the youth who are in the bread basket of Kenyans have migrated to the urban areas to do what? To be boda riders. They're thinking there's money because agriculture, they're not viewing it like it has money. So these are the returns. Look at China, for example. In 2021, they made 1.2 billion USD out of 169,000 acres. That is China. Now, look at our case. And by the way, land in Kenya, when you look at the NLC report, Kenya is close to 144 million in acres. 80% they say is dry and arid. 20% is what we are using. So when you bring marijuana will be like crop cover to stimulate our soil so that it can be able to produce other things. So we are focusing on the arid area, the 80% of it. 20% of it is where Kenyans are crowded. So we'll open up space so that we use all the other land that we have.
Bi Ruth, kidogo kuambatana na kile ambacho wamesema, unadhani uchumi wa Kenya haujaimarika kwa sababu hatujahalalisha bangi? Wakenya wanaumia kutokana na gharama ya maisha kwa sababu hatujahalalisha bangi?
Hapana, sikubaliani na hiyo. Uchumi umezoroteka kwa sababu ya corruption. And that is why Kenyans, we are coming in to bring in a new leadership, a new change in how things run in this country, and give a Gano party, Mwaure Waihiga, the chance to come and be the president of this country. Corruption has eaten us up. In every corner of each sector, corruption has eaten us up. It's not that we do not have bangi, lakini corruption imetukula sisi wenyewe. We have eaten ourselves up, and a few of us know ourselves. So we are going to deal with that.
Let me add something quickly. Okay, when you look at private businesses, they look at what is our competitive edge. How can we be ahead of our competitors? So it's not that uchumi imeharibika because of no legalization of banking. Of course, I agree with Ruth, corruption should be blamed. But look at this situation, that if private businesses are looking into the future, why is government scared to look into the future? And the future is legalization of industrial hemp or marijuana. So our idea as Roots Party is to run a profitable government, devoid from increasing taxes from Kenyans, from getting further debt, but we are going to look for our own money. Our own money will come from legalizing and regulation of marijuana. Case in time, a pilot study will be Kulalu Galana, the 1 million acre project. Iyo iko 1 million, that is times 5 of what China got in 2021. So we'll have 6 billion USD. You can do the math in Kenyan shillings. That money is money that will be used to pay teachers, pay the civil service, increase their salaries in trenches. So for us, tunangalia competitive edge, what private businesses do.
Niulize Justina swali kidogo. Kuna kuanga na employee incentives. Ukifanya kazi kwa bakery, huwa wakati mwingine unapatiwa mkate uende nayo nyumbani. Na je, bangi watenda nyumbani na nini?
Watenda nyumbani na very good question. Watenda nyumbani na proceeds of bangi. And it's good you brought me to this idea. The youth in this country, not all of them want to be employed. But hawa vijana wanatafuta capital. Unaenda bank unaitishwa logbook, title deed. Kweli, you don't have. What we are going to do with Roots Party, I told you government owns 10% of 144 million acres. In every county, government land will give 200,000 acres to our youth. We'll have a thing like the Yali project, which we are calling Roots Entrepreneurship Initiative. Tunafanya competition, tunachukua 50,000 youth. Kwa hiyo mradi ya 200,000 acres. Na ujue bangi grows in 4 months. So akishauza hiyo bangi yake, hiyo proceeds, 2.8 million according to hesabu za China, youth atakuwa na capital, seed capital ama capital to boost their business. So you won't take home bangi, Ruth. You'll take home capital for investment.
But ni illegal, lakini bado watu wanavuta. I don't know how we will deal with those incentives.
So those are the challenges in this country. In fact, you should ask the ones who are in government now. Why is it illegal and Kenyans are smoking? That's the question to them.
Kwa hivyo Ruth, kwako wewe ni kuhalalisha kutohalalisha bangi au ni swala la maadili?
Kutohalalisha, the constitution does not allow.
Lakini unaona kwamba inahujumu maadili?
Sorry?
Inahujumu maadili au haswa tatizo lenu kama Agano Party ni kwamba bangi ni mbaya, haistahili kuhalalishwa au ni swala la maadili?
Ni maswala ya maadili na si Agano Party, ni wa Kenya. Kama it is already legal, it is currently illegal. So how safe is it? How safe is it when we start taking it up? That means we are destroying a whole generation. We're destroying our children. I am concerned as a Kenyan.
Zubeida, you're being unfair to Ruth. You know Ruth cannot support her manifesto, so it's true atasema ni mbaya.
Kenya.
Let me give you some 60 more seconds, Ruth.
Yes.
Is it a question of faith and values that drives your opposition to the Roots Party's manifesto and proposal to engage in marijuana farming?
It is more values. It is more value and faith too, yes. It is more values and faith too. Because I'm trying to look at, right now, currently what is happening in Kenya right now. Nirudie statement. It is illegal. Lakini watoto wamejaa madhare. Wamama wanalia pale nje. So I'm wondering, how many are smiling? How many are going to smile? How many are educated out there to know that hii ni biashara, mtoto hafai kuvuta? Children are idle out there. Watajaribu kuvuta kidogo, and you know the consequence is going to be what we all know. Watoto tunapoteza ufahamu, tunapoteza future.
I think I was clear on the control measures on this, Ruth. Nilisema the seed will be CBD, tutatumia KEFIS, tutapatiana licenses, we'll reintroduce agricultural officers to man or inspect what Kenyans are doing, and we are also going to bring back the NYS, those ones who have graduated, to control government marijuana. So I think the control measures, and that is why we are saying legalize and regulate.
Unajua hata ile shamba iko thika pale ya mananasi iko na control measures, lakini bado watu wanaiba.
Sasa it is our Kenyans, we need to change tabia zetu venye Ruth anasema.
Yes, you to take electrical fence, I don't know. I don't know.
Very well. Let me move you now to a different aspect of this debate.
Yes.
In 2 minutes, Justina, you're not alone in this race to become the next deputy president. You also have Martha Karua, Rigathi Gachagua. What sets you apart from them? And are there issues that you agree with them and their manifestos, and those that you don't agree with? In 2 minutes.
Let me first say I respect the ones you've mentioned, because I remember 30 years ago, I was a young girl that had been in politics. So being on the same ballot paper with them is very humbling. And there are strides they have made, fighting for democracy of this country. So I respect that. But what sets us apart is that 30 years they have been there. They have been telling us the same narrative, which they're telling us now. They are not responsive to the youth of this country. Youth whose parents took out loans to educate them, and they're still living at home because they're unemployed. What sets me apart is because I can relate to the youth of this country who know that unasoma na hakuna kazi. That is number one. Number two, I can relate to the businessmen. Maybe them, they're in government, they've been in leadership. That is where they draw their salary. But I relate to a businessman, like from where I work now. We were into excavation and supply of building materials. And Kashori, I can tell you, business is down. Why? Increase of cement, chuma zimepanda bei, Kenyans do not have purchasing power to build a house. And that business is very satisfying, because you know our role is what? We are the first stroke of paint. When you want to build your house, sindo tunatoa cotton. But it saddens me that Kenyans cannot afford. They are not building, and neither are they affording to pay rent. So that is what sets me apart. I know that what we need now is policies and leadership that is responsive to the plight of Kenyans.
Madam Ruth, same question to you. This is a political competition. You're not in the race alone.
Yes.
What would you use to convince the Kenyan voters, to elect you as the next deputy president and not your competitors, Rigathi Gachagua, Martha Karua, and in this case, Justina Wamai? Let's first talk about the other two who are not in this debate.
Yeah, at least for Justina, we have probably a lot in common because we are new, we are fresh. But our competitors, yes, they have experience, but they have let us down. I have voted for the last 2 decades. I have chosen the same leaders. So I don't see what difference they are coming to bring in, because I feel like some of them are sanitizing the leaders who have been there. We want new blood, we want fresh blood, fresh ideas, so that we gear this country to a different direction.
What is this new idea, fresh idea? What does it constitute?
Corruption. Our big agenda is corruption. It has eaten us in big ways and in every way. So corruption is our bangi. So that is what we are after. Then the rest will be able to be balanced out.
Justina, the same question. What about the larger coalition setup? You know, let's say the Azimio setup, the Kenya Kwanza setup. Do you see any challenge there that would inhibit you from becoming the next deputy president, for example?
No, I'm not challenged in any way. Kashori, I told you that Roots Party realizes it is wrong. It is very wrong that 5.5 million of Kenyans are unemployed. 1.2 million of Kenyans are below the poverty line of 220 shillings per day. So these people have been in government. I dare say that they are to blame for our current situation because they never looked into the future when they were there or the time they've been there. Maybe the future was telling them, legalize marijuana. It's going to set us apart in terms of competitive advantage. They didn't do it. So I'm not scared because every individual Kenyan, it doesn't matter what tribe you are, what creed or educational background, everyone is suffering. Let me tell you this. Ask a woman who has a salon or a man who has a kinyozi. Do you know boys are saying ati beard gang? It's not a maneno a beard gang. There is no money kukwenda kunyolewa. So Kenyans are lacking. Unaona pesa mkononi or the purchasing power iko chini. So I'm not scared because I'm amplifying the voices of Kenyans.
Right.
Bi Ruth, haswa kwa sababu umetaja maadili, umetaja ufisadi. Kwa kuwe unaelewa vipi sura ya 6 ya katiba? Maadili haswa kulingana nawe ni nini kwa dakika 2? Maadili, integrity, kwa maoni yako ni nini haswa? Unaielewa vipi?
Maadili kwangu na kwa Agano Party is the intention to be transparent, is the intention to be trustworthy, an intention to be trustworthy to the Kenyans who have employed you. Kwa hivyo pale mimi naona the integrity has been compromised with the current and the past government and our competitors. Kwa hivyo tunaomba wa Kenya waweze kutupatia nafasi kwa kuwa sisi ndio tuko we are ready to be audited, we are clean, so why not give us the chance? We are not threatened by the other pair of competitors because they have been in it. Kenyans have seen, Kenyans know. This is nothing new to us. Ni kubadilisha tu, tunahitaji kubadilisha. And Agano Party is coming in as the option ya kubadilisha.
Na kwa nini mnaamini kama Agano Party kwamba Agano Party ndio inakuza maadili na sio Roots Party? Mbona mnaona wao ndio wanahujumu maadili?
Maadili hapo ni personal. If I got your question right. Integrity is very personal. For me and the fifth, Maure Wahiga, he's entitled to audit. I'm entitled to audit. Ndiposa tunaweza kusimama mbele ya Wakenya kuambia, they trust us with this job. We have nothing to hide. We have no worry on what we need to do. Pale corruption tumesema lazima tutamalizana nayo. Pesa ile iko nje. I believe this is the only party and the governance that is going to bring Kenya back its money. Ile pesa imefichwa pale nje. The development money that has been kept out, that is over 10 trillion. Inaweza lipa deni ya Wakenya in one single day. Zubeida, one single day.
Justina, let me get your understanding of Chapter 6 of the Constitution on Leadership and Integrity. 12 years later, what do you think is the challenge in implementing Chapter 6 of the Constitution?
Let me say this. I think the judiciary, and I'm sorry to say this, but they are used to impede the Chapter 6. For example, if I went to IBC and they said my degree is not right, I'll run to court, and then the court will say, fine, can you clear Justina? And then there are other issues, there are other agencies. For example, maybe the university, or the Commission of Higher University will say, no, it's out of our mandate, we can't handle Justina. So I feel that Kenyans have this attitude. When you do wrong, you run to court and your money will be used to sanitize you. And that is why as a Roots Party, we are saying that if you're corrupt, if you're not doing the right thing, because integrity is focusing on your conscience, do the right thing irrespective of circumstances. So even those in the judicial system who are rotten, they are going to be subjected to what Roots Party is saying,